evidence has resurfaced of Meghan Markle's alleged, rumoured yacht girl days. Now, let me be very clear on this. This is all alleged and rumoured, right?
Most fairy tales fade when the credits roll, but Meghan Markle's doesn't end at happily ever after. It rewinds. Every few months, a scrap of digital ephemera, an old DM, a sun-bleached selfie, a half-remembered guest list floats to the surface, and the internet lunges like it's spotted treasure. This week's shiny object? A 2016 Twitter screenshot in which tech consultant Adam Hound, yes, you heard that right, breezily invites Meg to Yacht Week in Croatia. One repost from the Royal Watch watchdog Meghan's Mole, and suddenly hashtags about Yacht Girl Days eclipse Wimbledon highlights. But why does an innocent boat party invite mutate into a 5-alarm scandal? The answer sits at the choppy intersection of class fantasy, royal mystique, and the oldest engine on the web, unanswered questions.
Back in 2016, of an Adam Hound saying at Meghan Markle, because that was her Twitter handle back in the day, saying, Meghan, any chance you'd be in the market looking to join my friends and I boat for Yacht Week?
The label Yacht Girl didn't start as an insult. In Mediterranean slang, it once meant any woman seen partying on a charter. No darker implication than spring breaker. Yet by the mid-2010s, tabloids had weaponized the phrase to hint at pay-for-play arrangements between wealthy hosts and aspiring entertainers. Insert a TV actress hungry for connections, and the rumor practically writes itself. In Meghan's case, the seed was small. A Yacht Week invitation, a photograph of champagne on a teak deck, a whisper that she'd worked the circuit. Gossip blogs stitched these fragments into a narrative of clandestine voyages and influential passengers. None produced boarding passes, crew manifests, or payment receipts, yet repetition calcified speculation into internet fact. The simplicity of the story, beautiful starlet plus luxury boat equals secret life, proved irresistible clickbait.
And then he says, I get it, you're busy with life. I'll let you take your time on your decision. Now, it could just be a mate inviting Megsy on a yacht boat ride holiday situation.
To grasp the magnetism of the claim, you need to know Yacht Week itself. Think of a floating music festival. Dozens of mid-sized sailboats hopscotching Greek or Croatian islands. DJs spinning sundown sets, inflatable flamingos bobbing in the wake. Tickets are openly sold online. Recruiters even advertise temporary steward jobs for college grads. Yes, hookups happen. So do sunset yoga classes and tie-dye parties. It's a far cry from the covert escort ring. Yet the seedier reputation clings like salt spray. Because for some viewers, hedonism plus wealth must equal something illicit. That blurred line between wholesome holiday and whispered vice lets the rumor breathe. Meanwhile, Meghan was busy building a public resume that looked perfectly ordinary for a mid-tier actress. Suits filming in Toronto, lifestyle blog posts about avocado toast, panels on women's empowerment. What set her apart was access to Soho House. The members-only chain, equal parts Velvet Banquette and Whisper Network, was where casting directors, tech founders, and globe-trotting royals relaxed beyond paparazzi sightlines.
Sometimes you can forget little bits. This is one that I forgot. And I was like, shiz the bed, I remember seeing this. My jaw dropped. And so, thanks to Meghan's Mole, evidence has resurfaced of Megsy's alleged yacht girl days. Now,
according to Harry's memoir Spare and multiple interviews, their very first dates played out at Soho House Dean Street on July 3rd, 4th, 2016. Proximity to power is not a crime, but to rumor chasers, it's gasoline on embers. If she was already in those rooms, what else was she doing there? From that reasoning springs the tangential and still unsupported claim that Meghan brushed shoulders with Prince Andrew long before Prince Harry. In the latest crop of exposé videos, anonymous industry insiders insist a witness can place them at the same Monaco soirée. Like a ghost ship in fog, the story appears, vanishes, then reappears in slightly altered form. Crucially, it survives because there is nothing solid enough to sink it. Palace diaries are private, flight logs are sealed, and would-be witnesses either hedge or hide. Every blank space reads to the internet as confirmation of a cover-up. When German producers teased a tell-all documentary last year, complete with dramatic trailers hinting at forbidden yacht photos, the hive vibrated. Then came sudden release delays, quiet re-edits, and a final cut so toothless, even anti-Sussex Redditors declared it a boring rehash.
Own opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions on this one, right? The evidence, though, that's resurfaced is courtesy of Meghan's mole. Make sure you're following her on X and also on YouTube.
Predictably, conspiracy theories ballooned. Lawyers stepped in, hush money swapped hands. The real footage sits locked in a vault. Whether any of that happened almost doesn't matter. The vacuum of credible detail lets the myth inflate forever. If there's a masterclass in narrative control, the Sussexes teach it. Their Netflix doc presented an underdog love story. Spotify gave Meghan a talk show glow. Legal teams pounced on defamatory headlines. Yet on Yacht Whispers, the Duchess maintains radio silence. Strategists might deem the subject beneath rebuttal, but silence in 2025 reads less like serenity and more like a locked door. Complicating matters, Meghan recently quashed memoir rumors on a podcast, saying she has a lot more life to live before penning her story. To skeptics, that sounded like stalling, buying time to sanitize the past before the inevitable tell-all. So why won't the rumor die? Because it isn't really about yachts. It's about audience projection. For some royal watchers, Meghan represents a ladder jump from cable series obscurity to Windsor Castle. Proof that charm can outmaneuver aristocracy. For others, she's a cautionary tale of social climbing ambition outwitting a naive prince. The yacht narrative offers both groups something to believe. To admirers, it's envy-fueled slander. To detractors, it's the smoking gun. Each resurfaced screenshot is less a revelation than a Rorschach test in royal blue ink. Strip away the gossip and what remains is a gap in the public record. There is zero documentary evidence that Meghan accepted paid companionship gigs. Equally, there is no exhaustive log disproving it.
Saying Daily Reminder, Prince Harry married a talentless Soho house, alleged, named Meghan Markle. And I've seen this before, but I have to admit, I forgot about it.
In that vacuum, digital breadcrumbs swirl like plankton, feeding theories that grow bigger each tide. Maybe the truth is ordinary, an actress once invited to a party, who turned it down or went, had fun, and left with nothing more scandalous than sunburn. Maybe she danced on a deck next to a minor royal who wouldn't remember her name 6 months later. None of those outcomes deliver the volcanic payoff click culture craves, so speculation sails on. And here's the part that keeps viewers glued until the final second. What if the next leak is the proof? The obsession isn't about condemning or vindicating Meghan. It's about the thrill of an unsolved puzzle. As long as one corner piece remains missing, the internet will refresh, repost, and relitigate. So the question isn't whether Meghan Markle was ever a yacht girl. It's why we're so determined to cram her into that silhouette. Until we answer that, screenshots will keep surfacing, rumors will keep recycling, and every calm sea in the Sussex saga will, sooner or later, churn again. What washed-up fragment will drift ashore next? And what, dear viewer, will you decide it proves?